Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Built for the Stage podcast. This is Joe Roscoe, host of Built for the Stage. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see our guest already, Nasia Thomas. I'm going to intro her, though, anyways, before we say hello for those of you that are listening and maybe can't see her at the moment. If you want to, you can hop on over to our YouTube at Built for the Stage. If you haven't tried a free trial yet, go to the website, builtforthestage.com. Or follow us on the gram at Built for the Stage. Okay, as always, super excited to speak with our guest, Nasia. I just saw her in the Out of the Box Theatrics streaming production of the last 5 years, and I went insane. I watched it. I watched it once a couple weeks back with a friend, but then I purchased it again and had the version that you have for like 48 hours. So Nasia, hi Nasia, let me just say hello. Hello. Well,
Hey.
welcome. Thank you so much. But I'm just busy rambling, bragging on you right now.
Oh,
But
no.
I watched it right the second time, but I had the the on-demand thing for 48 hours. And when I was watching it the first time, my wife was taking online night classes, and she came out and was like, "Oh, what are you watching?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh, I'd want to watch this." So the next night, I watched it again. So I actually got 3 viewings of it. Um,
Woo!
so I'm a connoisseur of your production. Maybe I could be like a dramaturge 20 years from now to break down your production of the last 5 years.
Please, we welcome it. Welcome to the club.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Everyone that's listening, Nasia's actually been on the podcast before early 2020, which seems like yesterday, but also an eternity ago.
Uh-huh.
Um, you have seen her in Beautiful, the Carole King musical. You've seen her in Ain't Too Proud. And sometime in the fall, all fingers crossed, everything going well, you'll see her in Caroline or Change. Can't wait to see that. We're not going to ask her anything about details of that because we know that usually the performers know pretty much as we know. So we're not going to trouble. Oh, come on. Can you give us a breath of fresh air? Do you have anything to share about that?
You will see us in the fall.
Okay, good.
You will see us in the fall.
Fabulous. All right, we'll keep it at that. All right, I'll be ready to sprint to the ticket booth to get my ticket. Um, all right, so let's jump into the last 5 years. This very unique production that was filmed in an apartment, and just so much was going on, but with such minimal I guess resources, we'll say, not this elaborate set but wow, the artistry of the cinematography, the performance by y'all is just amazing. Um, I'm curious. So a couple of my favorite songs from you, AKA all of them, but a couple were A Summer in Ohio and I Can Do Better Than That. Um, there's just like, I don't know, you just had me grooving the whole time. You recorded these songs in a studio, or how did this work with the production?
No. So we had, if you watch it for the fourth time,
Yeah,
um, you will see that we had little earpieces in our
I
ears.
did. I
We
did see that.
Okay, great. And then we
I
had
thought maybe I'm interrupting you because I'm rude. Sorry. I thought maybe you like had recorded them in a studio and then you were like for some reason using the earpiece to lip sync to what you had recorded.
no.
But
So we had mics taped to
uh
our chest.
huh, amazing.
Summer in Ohio, actually, I think my mic was actually underneath the overall. One of the I'll have to go back and watch, but we had mics taped, we had mics on, and we had a boom mic. So the boom mic was following us. We did so many takes trying to figure out how people were going to move, like what's the choreography of the dance between the DP and the audio, the sound. So Brian and Nicole just like figuring out how to move around the apartment in the space without showing the boom. So that was very cool. But we recorded everything on the spot, which I mean, of course, with New York City, you have to go back and kind of make sure, well, we're not hearing kids. There was a playground right next door, so, you had to hold for ambulances and then see if you can hear little kids or somebody slamming a door upstairs, or even someone knocking on the door and saying, "You guys are being too loud."
I love it. I love it.
So
You mean you didn't get some type of recording permit to rent out the entire apartment complex to film this?
right, right. Maybe if we had $1,000,000,000,000,000, it'd be on a sound stage or something. But this was actually someone's apartment that we went in and decorated. Well, not we, our production designer, Adam, went in and redid the entire setup. And we brought in things from home. The puppets are mine. You could see head wraps kind of decorated everywhere. So we kind of turned that apartment into our own little thing. But to answer your question, we did all of the takes with at least three takes of each song with a mic.
Wow, this makes me even more obsessed with it, and how amazing you and Nicholas sounded in the singing of this, because it literally sounded like you were lip syncing and you had been sitting on this nice stool in a recording studio, and y'all sounded amazing. And there's the parts sometimes you were singing and maybe either you or Nicholas were eating something, or you laughed, or you did something, and then I heard it and saw you do it. I'm like, wow, they're really doing an amazing job lip syncing this, but because the vocals were just that good. It was insane.
What's so funny is we would, for instance, if during one of the takes, or the takes that we ended up using, if the sound of the chips falling on the floor wasn't loud enough, we had to go back and record wild sounds. Here's the cabinet, here's the crunching of the thing, here's all of that. So there's definitely some things that we had to go back and add to the show. But yeah.
What was your favorite song to sing? Because listening to you sing all these songs was also a treat, because you're like, oh, Nasia's got this bluesy jazzy thing going on. Then you're like, oh no, wait, she's got this legit thing going on. Then you're like, oh wait, no, she's got this musical thing. Oh wait, she just sings everything. She's just good at everything.
I tried.
What was your favorite song? I'm sorry, I have to this is all deserved. Everyone go watch this show, I'm telling you. But anyways, what was your favorite song to sing?
Ooh, that's hard. I think that maybe Summer in Ohio was my favorite song to sing. Because number one, my best friend in high school, she sang this song. We went to the Governor's School for the Arts, and we always had to audition in front of everybody. She sang this song down all of the time. And when I say sings it down, I mean she sang it. That's how Summer in Ohio always lives in my heart. So being able to do something sing a song that my best friend sang in high school is, I don't know, it seemed like an honor to me. But also, I had fun with it. There were the little moments of music theater, and then there were the moments of a little jazz. I could have a satchel full of dollar bills. All of that stuff. And then you have your little belting moment, and then you have your little silly, stupid moment. So I think that it was fun to play with colors and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was vocal calisthenics, if you will.
Oh my.
Okay, so I have to ask something about the musical that always is on my mind, and I really don't have an opinion or a decision on this. So I'm gonna put you on the hot seat. Are you ready?
Okay.
And it's really not a big deal. I'm just being silly. But who, in your opinion, is the most at fault for the breakup, Jamie or Kathy?
Listen, let me just say, what does Kathy do? And here's the thing. Jamie is the villain, right? So Jamie is the villain. That's what people say for the last 5 years, or he's like apparently one of the most hated characters in music theater. But I'm gonna say that it's hard to villainize Nick Edwards as Jamie because he's extremely charming, he's gorgeous, he sings down, and it's like I can understand why Kathy fell in love with him in the first place and why she kind of like put up with him. But I'm still going to say that I'm Team Kathy, and I'm not even going to say any bias, but it's just like, what do you see Kathy do wrong? Like, technically, if you really want to go by the book, what did she do wrong? What was it? Tell me.
All right, I'll bring up two. I'll defend both sides.
Okay,
Or
let's do it.
maybe I'm defending Jamie only. The one time y'all staged in the Shmuel song that you were just thumbing through social media or something when he was trying to have this cute moment with you.
Oh,
And I'm
that's
like
sweet that you said that. Okay.
I'm like, wait a second, like this he's trying here. He's trying and Kathy's not giving him the time of day right now.
Okay, so
And then he kind of wins you over a bit. He wins you over. Go ahead.
I never thought about that before, and if I would have known that it might have been perceived that way, I don't know if I would have done it.
Because I saw it as like, all right, she's down on her luck. Auditioning's not going well.
Right.
Jamie's life is going pretty well, and she's like not giving him the time of day because she has this maybe slight resentment. So that's kind of what I was getting there.
You know what it was for Nasia's Kathy was that, she just left another audition. Maybe, it was, or she had an audition the day before, and maybe it was for a show about some sort of, witch, and, the people behind the didn't give her the time of day. Right. Just going in and auditioning, and it's just like nothing is kind of really sticking. And, I come home and here's Jamie, my lovely Jamie. He's so sweet. My baby is so sweet, and here he is again, just being a little extra. And and he knows that I'm probably not in the mood to deal with his little beatbox machine.
Okay. All right. So Jamie wasn't reading the signals.
No,
Kathy needed some time. All right. She didn't need the beatbox right now.
No, but once again, it's about Jamie. It's about what Jamie wants to do. It's about how he feels. So because Jamie is in a good mood, Kathy can't live in a space. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things like when your kids are really bothering you and it's like, I love you, but mommy needs to sleep. I love you, but mommy needs to sleep. Yeah. So, one of those things. But I also think that it helps that you see Kathy turn around in the end. Like the number isn't successful unless Jamie is trying and trying and trying to cheer her up, because if I'm with it from the beginning, it's like, how do we make that ending moment so special?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
and you got the spotlight, the flashlight spotlight on the puppets.
You know what I mean?
Super cute. If you listen to Nicholas's episode, you'll see me bragging on you there as well. But to brag on Nicholas, what stuck out the most was the fact that he was really portraying Jamie as a 23-year-old. And when he got that phone call about, coming to meet about his book and just the genuine like excitement of a kid, I never really have gotten that from other performances, I guess I would say. So that was nice from Nicholas. All right, so I just wanted to play that little fun game. All right, so you're Team Kathy. All right, you heard it here, folks.
Kathy,
you heard it here.
I understand. Also, people make mistakes, I'm not excusing Jamie's poor behavior, but people make mistakes. There's a reason why people do everything. And I don't think that Jamie is a bad human being. I just think that he was in a place in his life where maybe he was a little more selfish or, and the thing about Nick's Jamie as well is it's like, you feel bad for the fact that he cheated on her. Like you feel his pain for the pain that he feels for hurting Kathy. And that is just another, like, we bowed to Nick for that, because it's like, usually you don't get that. You're not supposed to feel sorry for someone who cheated on someone else, but it's like, you are hurting, you're aching, and we see you. We don't agree with you, but we see you. Go ahead.
I love it. All right, so going back to our first episode together, you had shared that one of the bits of advice that you like to give others is that no is a blessing.
Yeah.
So in this case, the no could have been the pandemic saying not just yet for Caroline or change, and without that no, we probably wouldn't have the last 5 years.
Man.
How was that journey for you?
I mean, look, when the shutdown first happened, we thought it was going to be 3 weeks. So like, I remember exactly where we were. These articles were going out, and the company manager got on the God mic. We were in the middle of tech. It was like our last rehearsal before our dress rehearsal that night, and then the first preview the next day. I had just bought 6 tickets at the box office for my family. So, these articles are going around, and the company manager goes, "Do not pay attention to these articles. We will let you know what's happening." And then all of a sudden it's like Broadway. Now it's specific. Broadway is shut down. It's shut down. So, we're like, okay, 3 weeks. I grabbed my little bottle of wine. I'm like, okay, give me 3 weeks to just chill. I'm going to go to Puerto Rico, because we didn't know what not going anywhere. We didn't know what was actually going on. So, we all kind of went to, is it Characters across the street? I think we went to Characters, or maybe I'm wrong. We went to a bar across the street, and we kind of just like sat with each other and ordered some food and, had some drinks, and we didn't know. So we didn't know. So in
Yeah.
the beginning, it was like, okay, cool, a break. But then those like ups and downs, those roller coasters of I miss it. And also, maybe this is a time to catch up on other things and get better with your ear training, Nasia. Uh-huh. I'm glad it's not my dog, because he
Yeah,
would
you hear it?
he'd be going in right now.
That's that's Thor and Pepper.
Oh,
They're
your dogs?
yeah, Thor and Pepper. Yeah, they're mine.
Oh, babies. Okay.
They're Romeo's future playmates.
Oh, they're cousins all the way.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
the But yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of went through all of the emotions, and this quarantine, I'm thinking everyone has learned something very valuable about themselves and about their craft and about their art and about their humanity and how they want to proceed to put their humanity into their art from now on. And I'm grateful for it. And that sounds ridiculous, because there was so much loss and so much pain. So of course, like, I wish none of that ever happened. But, you learn from the moments when you're in your darkest places, I think. And, we learned from this moment, and out came the last 5 years, because we weren't doing anything. Never in a million years would I have thought that the last 5 years would be anywhere on my resume. I'll be honest, and I say that because I never saw anyone like myself doing these things before. But wow, look at the universe and look at what this moment means. And this moment will forever mean something to me. And I hope it means something to everyone who has watched it, or even if it's just one person in the world. So super grateful that something so beautiful could have come from a time that could be viewed as, not viewed, but a time that has been so treacherous to so many people, So super grateful to have that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. My next question was going to be, what in general does the production mean to you? I think you touched on a few things, but if you wanted to elaborate just on just anything of the barriers that you all have broken down, and just the art that you made.
One, to be able to tell this story in a time where people are hungry for art, it's not lost on me. Super, super grateful to be able to create. Super grateful to be a dark-skinned Black woman playing this role. Like I said, I didn't grow up thinking Jason Robert Brown was the composer for me, you know. Um, I grew up singing The Wiz and Hairspray and The Life and Carolina Change. And while all of those things have helped me because I've done those shows professionally, thank you. I am so grateful for those to be in my book. You know, I didn't sing the last 5 years and I didn't sing songs for New World. I didn't sing any of that. So I understand what this could mean to someone who wants to pick up a JRB or anything or any composer or any show that doesn't necessarily, you've never really seen yourself represented in. I can understand what this could mean to someone who is coming up under us to see, oh, I can do that. There's no reason why I can't do that. And I think that institutions where they are teaching music theater need to learn how to stop. And I'm not saying this was done to me in my training. I loved the Governor's School for the Arts and I loved Elon. I'm not saying this has any reflection, but I have heard stories of programs boxing Black people into these boxes of this is the stuff that you are going to do. But guess what? I can also be the Little Mermaid. I can also be Belle. You know, I did Babette in 2018. Like that's something that never, you know, I never would have thought. So it's important for us to be able to represent and for people to see us in these roles. You don't know how many times I have seen messages from people saying, thank you for doing this, because we don't see this. And for me to be a dark-skinned Black woman who is curvy, you know, the people who are identifying with and a little bit thicker, because guess what? We celebrate our bodies in 2021. I gained weight and I love my little thighs that I got now. You know what I mean? Like we've all, you know, so me.
Should I stand up?
You're perfect. We're all perfect in
Yes.
whatever. So, you know, why does it necessarily have to, we don't have to be thin. We don't have to be thin. We don't have to be thick, but we don't have to be thin. I'm just glad to be who I am and where I am, in my humanity and in my physicality. I'm excited to be that for people. And that has always been what was most important for me when telling this story. I want the little Black kids who are in these music, I mean, all kids, but I want everyone to know that you can do these things no matter what you look like. Or no matter what teacher tells you that you should just be singing and skrelting at the top of your lungs. But you know what? What if I want to do See I'm Smiling? You know? So yes, long answer, but I'm very passionate about that.
No, yeah. I think there's a bit of, you have to first be willing and then you have to be able. And then as far as the body goes, and then beyond that, if you're willing and you're able, then in my opinion, you're qualified. You're good to go.
Hello.
So, all right. On another note, everyone that's listening, I so want you to see the last 5 years that we're going to do a giveaway. So, really simple. Head on over to Instagram. I'll have this in the description of the episode. The streaming of last 5 years ends May 9th. Okay. But we're going to run this giveaway until May the 3rd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the deadline. So what you have to do is go to Instagram, follow at Nasia Thomas. Okay. It's real simple. Love that branding. Nasia Thomas. Real simple.
Someone at
Boom.
Instagram changed the name for me. So yes.
At Nasia Thomas, and then follow at Bill for the Stage. And then the last thing you have to do is on Nasia's profile, there's a photo near the top of her holding a newspaper article about the show. Go to that and comment one of your friends at them or tag them, and that will enter you to win a ticket to see the last 5 years on us. So follow Nasia Thomas, follow Built for the Stage, and comment your friend's handle on that newspaper photo of Nasia. All right, Nasia, thanks so much for your time today. It was a pleasure as always.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. When I hit stop here on the recording, sorry everyone that's on YouTube hearing this, hang out for a sec. It's going to capture our audio recordings, and then we'll say goodbye, okay? All right, everyone tuning in, if you like the podcast, please rate, subscribe, leave a comment. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm Joe Roscoe, and we will see you when we see you. Later.